Good morning. Happy Thursday, second day of November. Happy to be back and with another thought. I want to thank you, first of all, those of you that commented yesterday, gave me some good comments and some pointers as well. I appreciate that. And, this is just so that we can all grow, basically. So I appreciate that. And so here we go again. One of the things that people said was that it was a little too long. Yeah, I think it was. So I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Anyways, I was thinking, now that I'm a grandfather, I've been a grandfather for almost 7 years now. In fact, next week will be 7 years. My grandson will be 7 next week. And, I've thought and I've reflected on, the meaning, the impact that we as grandparents have. And it takes me back to my relationship with my grandparents. On my father's side, I had my grandfather, which I met and would see occasionally when we would visit in Nayarit. My grandmother died when my father was around 7 years old, so I never met my grandmother on my father's side. My mother's side, I had both of my grandparents, and I was able to be with them quite often. We would visit them every time we had a chance on Christmas vacations, during the summers, or they would come and visit us, and so they would spend time with us, several weeks and so forth. So I got a chance to meet both of them, and they really impacted my life, particularly my grandmother. My grandmother was special. I myself, from all my siblings, I think spent more time with her because I traveled with her on several occasions. We would go back to Sinaloa, where she's from, and we would travel a couple times by bus, one time by airplane, and I would just accompany her. I was maybe 8, 9 years old when I traveled with her, so I did that a few times, and got a chance to have a more close relationship with her. And I remember that she once told me the story of Abel and Cain in the Bible. You might have read that story or might know what the story's about. And she related that story to me and said, we always want to give our best to God. And Cain, of course, as you know, did not take time to give God the best of his fruits, and God was not pleased. And then on the other hand, Abel, he strived to give God the best of his labor, which was a lamb, and God was pleased. And so I remember my grandmother telling me the story, and how Abel was blessed and Cain was basically cursed, and he ended up, unfortunately, killing his brother Abel. And this makes me think about something. We always think when we read this story that, Cain was mad at Abel and that's why he killed him. But the truth is that Cain was mad at God. He was bitter at God because God did not accept his offering. And so he said, okay, you want blood? Here's blood. He killed his brother Abel. How many times have we been bitter towards God? God, you didn't heal my loved one, and they died, and now I'm mad at you. I'm upset at you. And we live our lives, upset at God or mad at God, or God, you didn't give me this job that I really wanted, and now I'm mad at you. And it's okay to question God. It's okay to have that conversation with God and confront Him. There are many prominent figures in the Bible have did that. But when we let bitterness set in our hearts, and we turn away from God, and we become bitter about it, then that's not good. The Bible says, in Hebrews, don't let the root of bitterness grow in you and trouble you, and also consequently corrupting others. And that's what happens. We live a bitter life, and we get mad at God. We need to understand that God is sovereign. God is, he loves us. He loves all of us, and he will never cause anything that will cause us shame or cause us any wrongdoing in our lives. Everything that he does, the Bible says that he does it because he loves us and he knows what's best for us. And so if we decide to be bitter towards him, it's going to be a rocky ride in the rest of our life. And so we need to make sure that we learn to take what God gives us and say, God, I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why. And many times it's not even God that's doing it. Many times, most of the time, it's something that we brought upon ourselves. And so, we need to make sure that we understand that as well. And here I am, over 6 minutes already. I'm sorry about that. I can't help it. But that's just my thought for today. I hope it helps somebody. I hope somebody that needs to hear this is blessed, and I bless your day. Hope you have a wonderful day today, and keep shining. All right.